For some reason, everybody loves getting out there in the water, including this crew who wind up dumping their Mini Cooper in the water as it fell off a ferry over in the Netherlands this past week. Fortunately, both occupants of the vehicle were able to successfully get out without injury, but just one of the wild and crazy things we'll witness in this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Our first story to make the boating news this week is going to take us down to Florida, where this was the scene on a Naples beach this past week, when local residents awoke to this scene of a WorldCat catamaran being battered by the waves on the local beach. According to local reports, this gentleman who owned this vessel was out offshore approximately 3 miles off the coast of Naples during the evening when all of a sudden he felt the boat vibrate like he hit something, and the next thing he knew, the vessel was taking on water exceptionally fast. Fortunately, he wound up getting the boat up on plane and running as hard as he could until he wound up literally hitting the beach in Naples. Fortunately, in this situation, as we can tell, the gentleman did make it, but the boat did suffer some pretty severe hull damage. It's not quite certain exactly what he hit, but fortunately there were no injuries reported during this situation. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Texas, where this was the scene just a few days ago. Now, unfortunately, in this situation, details at this moment are pretty vague, but here we can see a tugboat pushing a barge directly into the shore, taking out several docks along the way. Fortunately, the crew that's filming here wound up catching this on camera. I'm still curious if they wouldn't have caught this on camera, if this guy would have even reported this, or he would have just backed off like he's doing here and wound up just continuing on his way. The incident occurred in Port O'Connor, Texas on the Intracoastal Waterway, but at this time, no information's been released as to the cause of the incident. It doesn't appear there were any injuries in the incident, as nobody else was involved other than the tugboat and the barge itself. But fortunately here, you can tell they're able to get this one back off. I'm curious though, let me know in the comments below, do you think he just continued on from this, or they actually stopped, called the Coast Guard, and tried to report the incident to local officials? But right here we see them backing off. I'm not sure what happened after this point though. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us up to Massachusetts, where this was the scene about a week ago when the U.S. Coast Guard and the Boston Police Department wound up rescuing 3 fishermen from a scallop boat that wound up going aground near Green Island. The incident occurred early in the morning when the U.S. Coast Guard received a broken up radio call from the commercial fishing vessel Ellen Rita. The Rita's crew confirmed that they'd gone hard aground near the entrance to the harbor. Local officials all responded quickly to the incident, with multiple crews coming out to join in on the rescue attempt. There were U.S. Coast Guard, Boston Police, and Boston Fire boats all at the scene. Fortunately, as we can see here, the Boston Police Department arrived at the scene first and was able to successfully rescue the 3 crew members off of the partially submerged ship without incident. At this time, an investigation has been launched to try and determine the actual cause of the accident, but no details have been released at this point. But unfortunately, the story did not end here, as shortly after the Eileen Rita wound up grounding, it started to list and settle on its side, and the vessel began to discharge diesel fuel and oil into the local water. According to reports, the Eileen Rita could be carrying as much as 4,000 gallons of diesel at the time of the incident, but the exact amount on board is not known at this time. According to a Coast Guard spokesperson, the Coast Guard is currently working closely with the responsible party to try and mitigate the fuel discharge. They're working on methods to safely recover the vessel from the island as well. The contracted oil recovery organization is deploying an absorbent boom to mitigate the spread of the spilled fuel, and contracted divers are already en route and are trying to assess a plan forward to get the boat moved off the island. Fortunately, in this situation, due to the quick efforts of all parties involved, no injuries were reported during the incident, and at this time there's no timeline as to when the vessel will actually be removed from the island. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Florida, where this was the scene near St. Lucia Inlet this past weekend when a family of 4 was out enjoying a day of fishing when all of a sudden they came across a 25-foot overturned vessel with 4 people in the water. Upon approaching the vessel, the crew from the fishing boat wound up giving these guys water and food and making sure everybody had a life jacket on, but didn't let anybody on board their boat because the whole situation looked a little suspicious. The Coast Guard wound up arriving and rescuing the 4 people from the water. Upon interviewing one of the passengers from the vessel, they found out that they were a party of 9 that had left the island of Bimini in the Bahamas that morning, and there were currently 5 missing. so the Coast Guard quickly launched a search and rescue mission to try and find the other 5 members of the party. After searching almost 1,200 nautical miles, the Coast Guard wound up releasing a statement that they would be suspending the search for the other 5 members of the party, claiming that it was a suspected failed smuggling venture, and in light of new information, they would be suspending the search but did not release what the new information was. They also released a statement claiming smugglers routinely exploit vulnerable aliens for profit while putting their lives at risk aboard overloaded and unseaworthy vessels, claiming that these are dangerous missions, and reasserted that these missions should not be attempted by anybody trying to reach the coast of the United States or anywhere on the water. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us down to Puerto Rico, where this was the scene just a few days ago when a Coast Guard air crew and Puerto Rico police marine crew responded to 3 boaters who were grounded on the island of Murillo Cay.
We'll do it at 70 feet. That way we kick up a little bit less debris.
According to reports, the incident occurred when a 19-foot recreational vessel was transiting at a high rate of speed when it wound up running hard aground onto the quay and ejecting one of the passengers from the vessel. The Puerto Rican Police Marine Unit was the first to arrive to the scene, but unfortunately was unable to reach the quay and assist due to shoaling waters surrounding the island. A San Juan Jayhawk helicopter crew arrived at the scene shortly afterwards, and with the assistance of the Marine Patrol Unit's radio on the ground, they were able to successfully lower their rescue swimmer down to assess the situation. After assuring that all 3 people who were on board the vessel, including the person who was ejected, were in good condition, they wound up going ahead and proceeding with the rescue of pulling all 3 people off the island. No serious injuries were reported during this situation, but it's still unclear at the time why the boat wound up running into the island. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to the Netherlands, where this was the scene approximately 1 week ago when a fire erupted in the engine room of the container ship Victoria L. The incident occurred approximately 30 miles off the coast of the Netherlands. The vessel at the time, according to reports, was operating with 19 crew members and no cargo on board. Shortly after the fire broke out, the captain from the vessel alerted local authorities to the incident, and multiple agencies including the Coast Guard, ARCA, and KNRM all wound up responding to the scene. Upon arriving on the scene, local authorities saw no visible smoke at the time, so they waited back for further information from the captain as to what kind of assistance was needed. The Victoria L during the incident had been transiting from Hamburg to Rotterdam during the point in time the blaze broke out. The crew on board the Victoria L did their best to attempt to put the fire out, but quickly realized they could not get it under control and requested further assistance from the Coast Guard. The Netherlands Coast Guard mobilized its Maritime Incident Response Group, which is a specialized firefighting team that they transported to the vessel via Coast Guard helicopter. After several hours, the Coast Guard's firefighting team was able to successfully get the blaze under control and extinguished late in the afternoon. Crews hung by the ship for several hours afterwards just to assess the situation, and the vessel did eventually continue back underway under its own power. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, be sure to hit us up at Broncos Guru on Facebook or Instagram and let us know when you might see your stories over here. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button.